Melly Mel here from Sincerely Creative Mom, also Coach Mel from inside the Creative Coaching Group. Y'all, we're doing this series of Simple with Coach Mel. This is another one of those really simple designs, slightly different, just slightly, one extra step, but slightly different. I have two pieces that are just adorable. This is a little shorter than this one, so that's how the different is going to come in. These limes are going to pair so stinking cute with our Sam's Club ribbon. So all I'm going to do is pull this guy apart. Guy, girl, what I don't know, call them guys, I don't know why. And just pull it apart and give it a little bit of life. Just like that. Pull those all apart. Okay. Of course, we have our trusty dusty little 60919 that we are going to pull apart. Y'all, you can find these supplies over at Deco Exchange. My affiliate over there is CoachMelSupplies.com. Whichever it's the same spot. But all these supplies came from there, and they came from there. They should be in stock depending on when you're watching this. So I'm just going to pull those through, some of those back to the back, like those ferns I'm pulling back to the back. Now, I mentioned that this is much shorter, obviously, than this one. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use my wire cutter and hope that this works. Yeah, there we go. And pull that big one off because it was extended a little bit further. And then second to that, I am going to take this guy off here. That is like the twig kind of piece. So we're going to set this one aside for just a second. Just going to pull it apart first. But we're going to set it aside for just a second. We're going to work on that in just a minute. And move all these all around. Still make them all just like that. Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is put our lime on the top and secure it. I'm going to put our lime on the top and secure it before we do any I should probably tighten that as much as I can. Yep. Well, once these are secure, then it's a little easier to really put those in place and not have to worry about them moving, right? Now that there's two together, I'm just going to use our very trustworthy stem cutter. Now from here, I can really move those around. I'm going to move some of those heavier pieces to the back and bring up some of those lighter pieces. I'm going to keep that twig in there because it's cute. It's a little different than the other one. I'm just going to move that to the back and bring all those other pieces up to the front. Oh, that ended up in the front. That's fine also. And then same here. Move some of those lighter pieces, those wispy pieces up to the front. And just mixing those together. Okay, just mixing those together a little bit. Now, these are a little shorter than the pieces from our series. They're not as long. And we have our other piece here that we're going to end up putting in just a little snug in there once we have it in the grapevine. And so what I'm going to do is, of course, I'll already have one made. So we do have two. It's going to be a little tiny smaller piece, but that's all right also. Doesn't mean it's going to be any more or less expensive, but it's just going to be a little bit smaller. And I put two of those together because I don't have any long ones. Make sure they're as close together as possible. There we go, just like that. Get our little zip tie tool in there to make it nice and secure. There we go. Now, it did make it a little bit like, you see how it's sitting here? But we're going to make the illusion that it's still flat when we spread these out. Really, really cute. Okay, so I'm going to attach it in there just like that. We're going to attach it same way we've been with the others in the series. This kind of piece look like the part that was a little bit wonky, just sticking out a little bit, so I'm going to use that right on top of there. Again, you see how much smaller it is compared to the others that we've done. Not a lot of ribbon. I'm not going to use a lot of ribbon, but enough to make it, you know, look like it's super cute in there. So just one, not too small on this time. This is about 4 inches. And then I'm going to try to do about 3 loops. So I'm going to pinch nice and tight, pull those apart, and I'm going to twist. Now also, you want to make sure you're twisting so you can always see that pretty side on your ribbon. And I'm going to do a nice little loop here. And I'm going to pinch and twist again. Make sure that line is always showing at the top. Gather it nice and tight behind there. Twist, loop. So I still have those other pieces that are random. Twist, loop, pinch. You can call it pinch, you can call it gather, you can call it complete, or gather, pleat. You can call it whatever you want. I call it pinch. Okay, just make sure it's all in there nice and tight. One more loop, so I have 3 loops down here and a tail. I want 3 loops up here, not including my center. Nice and tight. Cut off the edge here. Let me just grab a pipe cleaner. I am going to grab green. Just because you're not going to see it anyways, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to grab green, put right in that center. Turn it over and make this really tight. Make sure that center of the bow stays nice and tight. Cut those edges. I just fold it. That was a pretty good fold. I just fold it. And I cut on the edge here, on the fold, I cut up toward the edge. These are one of the best scissors ever, so you gotta be careful you don't cut your fingers. So I'm gonna take the center, put it right in the center, and fold it so that I'm covering that pipe cleaner completely. And then I'm gonna use this. I'm going to use this to help attach that piece, and then we'll put in our 2 extra pieces. Here's the other one. We'll put in our 2 extra pieces in just a second. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to use our pipe cleaner from here to attach that center. I'm going to go right through the grapevine on the center, and then I'm going to go on the outside of it on the other side. So I went right through the grapevine here, and I went around the grapevine on that side, because even though that's green, that bow is going to cover it, so you won't see it. Nice and tight, snuggle it in there. Remember, that's what's holding on your whole ensemble here, so make sure it's secure. I'm going to take our 2 tails and put it off to the side here, this way and this way. And just fluff our bow. Simple, 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 simple. Those can be cut a little bit. We'll cut those. Don't need to be that long, it looks like. There we go. Now we still have those other pieces. It's just going to make this, finish it off. We're going to put one. Now, this time I'm going to glue it, and I'm going to put it right underneath here. So I want it to stay not too far out of here, but I want it to come on top of that green right here. So I'm going to slide it in. The first thing I'll do is I'll kind of make a spot for myself to put it in. Lift up all these guys. So I have a nice spot that I can just slide in there. I don't want this little yellow piece. I don't want that to be on the bottom. I want that to be on the top. So I'm going to make sure that goes to the top. Make sure that goes to the top. And then this part here is going to slide into that grapevine. Just slide in, okay? That's what I'm going to work on when I get up there. So nice, generous piece of glue. I try real hard. You see the other series, pieces in the series, don't have glue, or some of them don't have glue. Most of them don't have glue. And that's for a reason. Sometimes you really want to have that real simple piece that you can make in about just a couple minutes, 15, 20 minutes, and then have it good to go. Look at how cute that is. Look at how full that made it. And I'm going to move that away so I can see. Now, your customer isn't going to know the difference between you put these in gatherings or groupings, or if you know, they're not going to know that you didn't put them in there one at a time, right? They're not going to know. It's adorable. It's super cute. Look at how simple that was.